Hey everyone, welcome, welcome, welcome. So Zoom was playing around, but we are here. So we are here, okay? We are here for day 3. Welcome, welcome, welcome. If you can, like I said, for day 1 and day 2, be here with your cameras on, please do. If you can't, you can't. But we're going to dive into day 3. How many of you have enjoyed day 1 and 2 so far, have found it helpful, useful? Let me know in the chat. I'd love to know. Yay! Yes, I love that. See hands in up from Tiffany there, seeing hands up. Welcome everyone. Welcome Latoya. We've got Tiffany. We've got Hannah in the house. Yay! Right. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Nika. Right. Everyone's coming in. Natalie, Vicky. I see you. I see you. I see you. So another full day. We'll continue to let people in as they arrive, but I do want to get started because today as well, I've got lots to get through. Okay. So again, it is of value. It's my purpose to be here to serve you and be of value this week. Remember, there's 2 additional sessions next week as well, guys. So make sure you've got those in your diary for Monday and Tuesday. All right. Same time, same place. So yesterday we went over pricing and looking at your offers, restructuring potentially your business offers that you've been thinking about. And so I saw lots of ahas around that. And day 1, we went through, what that number 1 shift needs to be in order to move forward your business with that flow phase, right? Is to be mission led. Yeah. And we really spoke about getting behind that mission and really getting specific with that mission is of great importance. And I'll speak a little bit more about that today and how that fits into what I'm going to talk about and share around marketing as well. Okay. So today I'm covering the 4B marketing framework that is going to unlock levels of success. All right. Yesterday, I also announced that we are enrolling for the Soul Success Business Academy. So you're more than welcome to check that out and see if that's the right fit for you, and then book a call and we can talk about it if you would like to and feel like there's synergy there, or jump in if you know you're ready. Okay. And Gail can put the link there for those of you that missed that. All right. So as I go through today, if there's any light bulb moments, put them in the chat, right? If there are things that yes, that helped, put it in the chat. Let me know. All right. But let's dive into all things marketing. I've got lots to cover. So firstly, before I start talking about marketing, right, I really want to share my perspective on business, right? And I think it's really important because I feel like my perspective can be a little bit different, right, from what you might have heard before or other people you might have been around before. And so I think it's important for you to understand my values, my kind of essence of where I'm coming from, of what I'm about. Yeah. And so for me, owning and running a coaching business and leading people in transformation isn't about power or authority, right? It's about empowering people. It's about creating cultures that build trust and respect. It's about showing up in integrity with everything that you do, right? It's about being able to, in leading transformation, being able to be willing to have tough conversations, being able to provide and offer guidance and correction where necessary, right? And provide feedback, always from a place of love and compassion. Right. So I think it's very, very important for me to kind of share that. I really lean into the principles of working from a servant leadership perspective. Right. I am a follower of Christ. I believe in God. Right. I'm very open about that. And I really walk in the way of feeling like you should always be empowering people to be moving forward in a purpose-led way, right? While standing firm in the truth of which you know. Yeah. And so what I'm going to share with you is the Soul Success business model, which is rooted in these values, which is rooted in my perspective of truth. And it's what I've put together. And as I spoke to you about on day one, I shared my story in terms of navigating the coaching industry. And really, when I really found true ultimate success and flow and like, yay, was like when I went to the principles of what I'm going to share with you, of these 7 key principles of the soul success business model, right? This is about showing up as a leader, as a visionary, as a mentor, right? And guiding your business forward from these foundations so that it is soul aligned, it is soul nourished, and you have profitable success. Okay. So what are these 7 principles? All right. And Gail, you can drop the link to the workbook as well if any of you need that and haven't got it. But there's a section there to write down the 7 principles. So number 1 principle is love, serve, grow, right? Now, I really feel like if you put love at the center of your business, you will naturally begin to serve, right? If you put love for the mission of what you're here to do, you will naturally just begin to just wake up or want to be on purpose with fire, want to serve, right? And, you know, it helps you as well when you have that love, serve, grow principle at the forefront of everything to stop focusing on just your own needs and you start focusing on actually the people around you, on the mission around you, on the people you're meant to impact, right? You shift from a sales mindset, right, to a service mindset. Yeah. Now, when I say move shift from a sales mindset to a service mindset, it doesn't mean I'm saying shift out of, you know, making money or generating revenue to not, right? I feel like sometimes people can think that, but I mean, you shift out from like, I need to make sales to I need to serve, right? And the truth of it all is when you serve more, you grow more. And when you grow more, the results are inevitably going to be more, right? More growth in terms of impact, more growth in terms of like how you really impact the people around you, and you're going to build community and you're going to build impact and income, right? And it's going to start to generate, okay? But it's about first focusing on that love, serve, grow. But when the focus is what can happen, just because of how life is, right? It can force sometimes people to be in a position where they focus on themselves first, right? And fear is creeping in and they're scrambling for like, I need to make the next sale, or I need the next opportunity, or this is exhausting, or this, you know, they're operating, they find themselves just shifting into a place of operating from scarcity, right? And not operating from their abundance principles, right? And so they're chasing and they're never truly kind of sitting in service and showing up. And I like to shift that around. And I talk about that often in the academy of reminding people to come back to their truth of their mission. And what would that mean? How would you show up then, right? In that mindset of service, yeah, which allows you to really shift where fear sits. Right. So you can show up in service and still feel like, oh, I'm a little nervous or I'm really scared. Right. But you're going to sit with fear next to you or in the back seat, right? Or in the boot or in the trunk, right? Or whatever the word you use, wherever you are, right? As opposed to fear being in the driving seat. So it's really, really important to recognize that if I put service first, everything I desire will eventually follow, right? Like that is meant to follow in the eyes of what is meant to happen. Yeah. I hope that's making sense, right? So that's number 1. Yeah. Number 2 is mission first, right? Yeah. I kind of said that before, but mission first. Yeah. Like mission, greater good for the mission first every day of like, how am I meant to serve? Where are my people? How can I help? Right? Interactions are an opportunity to help people grow, right? Help people grow. And as you help people grow, you grow, right? So there's like synergy. Yeah, it comes back and forth there. Number 3, right? Another principle, a great leader listens and asks questions and speaks truth, right? And so when you're coming into conversations with people, listening, right? Asking questions, yeah? And speaking truth, even when it's uncomfortable, right? And recognizing that. The number four, help people by actually helping people. I'm big on this, right? There's a big, like, you know, what I was introduced to when coming into the online world was like a lot of conversations around say this, but don't say that. Do this, but don't do that, right? Put that forward, but don't put that forward, right? My principle is like help people actually helping people. You will notice and see that over the past 2 days and today, right, and continued all the way this through to Friday this week and Monday and Tuesday next week, I'm going to help you by actually helping you, right? Some of you have had business audits. I've helped you by actually helping you, right? As well. Yeah. So, like it's a like help people by actually helping people, not a kind of I'm going to pretend to help you to check my box of what I need from me, right? But I'm going to help you by actually helping people. And when you show up with that genuine intent to really help people in their lives, magic does happen, right? Like things move, it all works together, right? So don't skim the surface. Don't like hold back and be like, oh, if I help them too much, they're not going to want my program. Right? Do you know what I mean? Like how crazy, like thinking like help people by actually helping people, because when you start to help people, you helping people, like that's your brand. That's how you're going to be remembered. Right. And when they actually want that help, remember I spoke about the stages of change model in terms of like some people are just not ready to step forward into that container to have the access and the support, right? But when they're ready, they're going to remember the people that actually helped them, that actually poured value into their lives. And they're going to be like, oh my God, I'm ready. I want to speak to her. I want to speak to him. I want to speak to them, right? So help people by actually helping people, okay? Number five, work in transformation. I spoke a lot about that yesterday, why I believe in working in transformation, right? And transformation requires honesty, right? Transformation requires supporting people through growth, that there's going to be resistance that comes up in the process of change and that you're there to support them in that, and that you build out your services in a way that supports that. Yeah. Number six, empower, inspire, and develop, right? I'm not about putting people down. Okay. So I am about empowering people to rise up to the better that they are, right? That is there, that is already within them. Right. And so, that's something I really stand behind. That's why I don't lean in to that high pressured, like, if you don't buy from me, your life is doomed. You know what I mean? I'm not about that. Right? You will know if the academy is for you. You'll just know in your heart of hearts. You'll be like, oh my God, this is the exact environment I need to sit in and I need to stand in as I build and grow my business. And it's going to feel like that. You're not going to feel like, oh my God, if I don't come in here, my life is doomed forever. That is not what I'm trying to get across here. Okay. And I hope it's not coming across like that this week, because that's not how I show up. All right. So it's all about empowering people, inspiring people, developing people, which is what I hope that you are finding this week as you're spending time with me, that you're feeling more empowered, that you're feeling more inspired, and that you're developing yourself as a business owner, right? Trust, respect, and positivity, right? Like people come into our world and they are like, some people are like, I didn't even know I wanted community, but wow, thank you, thank you, thank you, right? Like these are my people, like, they're happy, they're supported, they're transparent, right? And that's just by fostering those environments. Yeah, some of you have been in to this community here in this week, or even in the Facebook group, and have been like, this is a place where I feel like I can show up. I can show my picture. I can introduce myself. Right? It just gives that feeling, right? That's what we're about. And I share this with you for you to think about what are the principles that you want your business to stand on. Number 7 is foster positive environments. Yeah. So what are the principles you want your business to stand upon? Right? And align yourself with. It's really, really important. For me, it's lead with love, serve with intention, and watch the business and my life and the lives around me grow, right? The lives around of my clients grow. Yeah, incredible. All right. So you are welcome. Okay. So Now I want to move into marketing, right? Now I talk about the 4B marketing framework, yeah? And for me, the 4B marketing framework, right? I use it as number one is be mission led. Be mission led. Number two, be findable. Number three, build relationships. And number four, boost revenue. Yeah, you're not in business without revenue. So revenue production is a requirement. But revenue is basically means transformation. Like how many lives are you impacting? Remember the task yesterday, right? The task yesterday was to do that, was to come into contact with, determine the income goal, and how many clients' lives am I going to transform to meet it? How many people's lives am I going to transform to meet it? Yeah. And to get behind that. All right. So that's the 4B marketing framework. Be mission led. What do I mean by that? Where are my people? How can I be of service today? It goes back to day one when I spoke about like, what is your mission? I am here to help these people with this problem, with this outcome. What is your mission? Wake up on mission. When you go into your business day or work area, like, where are my people? How can I be of service today? Right? That's the question. Be findable. Yeah. Be findable with the right language, right? Be findable to enough people, right? And remember the stages of change. Don't take a no as like a big offense to you, right? It could just be a not yet for them based on where they are in their stages of change. And that's okay, right? Build relationships. You know, I'm going to speak about this a little bit later as well, but building relationships matters. Like, build relationships is like your brand essence. Your brand is not your logo, right? It's not your logo. It's not your brand colors. Yes, it is, but it's not really. Yeah. Like, you know, when you build relationships, that is what people are leaning into, right? And moving forward into working with you for. They're working with you for the relationships that's already been started to build, right? So building relationships is important. And if you do those three, you will boost revenue, right? You will boost revenue, okay? So just focus on the three above and it will come. It will flow through, all right? So let me go into the next part, all right? So how do I attract more clients? How do I attract more clients, right? Well, it's ensuring that your focus is in the right place. I always say, if you just had 1 hour a day, even if you condense it to half an hour a day, right? You can all find half an hour a day. Yeah. Even if you're working full time, you're building your business alongside of it. You've got 5 kids, 2 cats, a dog, a rabbit, and 3 fishes to feed, right? We can find half an hour to work on the mission. Okay. So can we all agree that? I don't think you can stretch to an hour. Yeah. It might mean you have to wake up a little bit earlier. It might mean you have to do it in your lunch break. It might mean you have to do it last thing at night, but you could find the time for the mission that's been put in your heart and placed upon you to work on. Yeah. And so with that time, where is your focus? Because what can happen is the focus is in the wrong place, right? Even if you just have the small amount of time, you're like, oh, have I chosen the right logo? Maybe I should change the colors a little bit. Should it be this hex code or that hex code, right? What about my website? Let me go through it again, you know, like on that. And I'm not saying those things are not a requirement for business. Like I said, I would love to like spend an hour and just tell you guys about my logo. I think it's fantastic, right? And I invested lots into creating it. But seriously, it's not the needle mover, right? And so there are things in your business that are a requirement that you're going to get done and that are going to be on task list. But the number one thing, like if like you was just swamped with life, was busy, and you could only just show up for one thing, it's like to do the right thing, right? And the right thing is to be findable, right? Yeah, like build relationships, right? These are the things, yeah, is to have your presence, your mission be seen, right? Have your presence and mission be seen. How do you do that? You can either use time or money, or time and money, right? Okay. So money would be things like advertising, yeah, and paid advertising. You can do that in lots of different places. You know, we teach aspects of this in the academy on helping people to do that through paid advertising. And it's something that you do, I would recommend being supported with, right? you know, many of you found me through advertising, right? So it works, right? People find you through ads. You just pop up and you're there, right? But there's things that you need to consider and you need to work out, like what are my costs, right, to acquire people? What are my costs to acquiring customers, right? How does it work? There's lots of different nuances in ads. So it's definitely not something I would say to kind of dive into there, like not really knowing, right? You probably have a better time in Vegas. Yeah. So, you know, like, you know, get some support with it. With the time side of things, though, this just comes down to thinking, where are my people? Where are my people? Right? And talking to your people. That's it, right? It's a simple question. Where are my people? And talk to your people. So what are powerful actions you could take within the next week, right? Some of you have been like, I want to come to the academy, but you know, I'm not sure, like, should I really do this? Like, I've just left my job, or I've just been made redundant, or just like, you know, all of this stuff. Like, should I do this? You know, like you could empower yourself to start to really lean into the right actions that could help you create payment for the academy, or start to create audience that will eventually create payment for you, right? And so start your business. And so I want to list you with some actions that you can take to start to see yourself moving in the right direction. Yeah. So some of these are, okay, number one, right? I'm going to give you three actions, three powerful actions. A really powerful action that you could do within the next 7 days is create a love, serve, grow list, right? Create a love, serve, grow list. Who needs my help? Who needs my help? Who do I know that needs my help, right? And speak to them, right? Number two, create a different list. So you have two lists. One is who do I know that needs my help? For some of you, you're going to have names to put on there. For some of you, you might say, I don't know. I don't know anyone. Don't know, right? Number two, then, to create the second list, a list of my networks. Where do I go? Like, where do I exchange with people in life? Do I go to the gym? Do I go to church? Do I see other parents? Do I go to work? Right? Who's in my phone book? Right? Where are people around me? Right? Do I go to the supermarket? Like, where are people? We've had mission, yeah, talking their mission at in this supermarket, right? Talking their mission just randomly, not like tannoy in their mission, right? But it's like they just naturally come into conversation with people that like, oh my God, that's amazing. Like, tell me more, right? Because you're leading with mission, right? And so reach out to them.
Lean, we're
Started a
losing
business,
your...
or that my business does XYZ, right? I'm on a mission to do this, right? And as somebody who
going out.
is, right, I would love you to point me in the right direction of anyone that might need this. Yeah, my internet is playing up. Can you like hear me? I'm getting notifications.
Yeah, it keeps like
internet
jumping out, silent moments. Yeah.
Occasionally.
Oh man.
Disappearing.
Right. Okay, cool. Where did you get me? Where did you get me last? First point. I keep losing sound. How's crazy?
Yeah.
This is bad. Okay. Can you hear me now? Yeah, we good? Okay, all right. Should I back up a bit to the 3 points, 3 powerful actions? Yeah, would that be helpful to start from there? Okay, cool. 3 powerful actions you can take this week. Number 1 is to create a love, serve, grow list, right? That means a list of people that you can love on and share the love of your mission with. Number 1 list is people that you know that need your help. When you look at your mission and you sit with your mission, these names come to mind, or these places come to mind, right? So you can sit with that. You can ask for that. You could ask God, right? And be like, God, show me the names, show me the places, the people. Who do I need to connect with, right? Who needs my help? Number 2 is to create a list of where you go. Where do you interact with people? Do you go to the gym? Do you go to church? Do you meet other parents? Do you go to work? Who's in your phone book? Where do you interact with people, right? And then you're going to challenge yourself to reach out to these people in that 30 minutes to 60 minutes that you're going to give yourself a day to reach out to these people, right? That you can simply say, hi, so-and-so, just wanted to let you know that, or if you didn't already know, I've got a business that is on a mission to do XYZ, right? And as someone who I really respect, or we were great friends, or our children go to the same school, I just wanted you to know, in case you cross paths with anybody that might need help with this, would you mind pointing them in my direction? Simple. Just reach out. Often what stops all of this is the mind of what will people think? Oh my God, da, da, da. And this is where we come back to mission first, right? Mission first. Then number 2 action, right? So you can reach out to people, right? On these lists or that come up in your heart, yeah? Number 2 action, show up to new people, right? By that, asking that question of where are my people and how can I be of service? That can inspire you to connect with people you don't even know, right? Other brands, other audiences, right? Like wherever you think, like if you're here to help professionals, you may start showing up to what HR departments and workplaces and asking them, you know, like telling them about what you're doing. If you're here to help parents, you might think, right? You know, if you're here to help Christians, you may show up to churches and say, can I speak to your congregation, right? So by asking that question of where are my people and how can I be of service? Yeah, can you still hear me? Internet, why? The devil is a liar. Come back. It's disconnecting.
We can still hear you at the moment, T. Or maybe not now. You've gone now.
I am back. Not today. Not today, right? So I'm back. I was frozen. What I'm going to do, right? Can you hear me good now? I'm wondering whether to do a reboot of my system. Can you hear me, guys?
Yes, we can hear you at the moment.
Okay. Can you hear me?
Yes.
I don't feel like it's good though. Is it good enough?
We can hear you, but now you're like lagging, like moving slowly, and your voice isn't matching your photo or your video.
Okay. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to come out of the room and come back in, guys. All right. Now we have Dr. Hannah in the room and we have Gail in the room. So I'm going to ask them to talk while I've gone and take over.
Okay. So I wasn't expecting that. I don't know whether you've got something you want to say, Gail. That no, I've been working with Talene for a couple of years now, so it's been. I think she wanted me to come and talk a little bit about that. I'm not quite sure yet what she wanted to talk about, but yeah, one of the things she was saying about that love, serve, grow, and how you can really serve people through that, and that sort of having that list. And it helps so much if you are thinking very much through what am I, you know, who is it that I can serve today? Who is it that I can reach out to today. And it just shifts where you are in your business from thinking about, okay, I've just got to get all this out there and I've just got to get all the systems, to actually thinking about those individuals that you are turning up to serve and to support and to help. And that has been quite a game changer for me, because I think I found that initially I was sort of a bit overwhelmed with everything and overwhelmed with the systems, the business systems, and what I needed to be doing. But actually it's a case of, okay, what I've got to do is have conversations with people. I can do that. I'm just someone that just turns up and can do that. But it's about just having those individual conversations with people, and those principles of service is just that's the thing that resonates with me with working with Dr. Talene. It really, I'm not somebody, and she's been great at recognizing, I'm not somebody who's going to go after the numbers. That's never been me. That actually, yeah, it'd be lovely to have a really good income, and I've been very grateful for the income that I've been able to get through this. However, it was never going to be a huge motivator for me. But serving people is more of a motivator for me. And the two go hand in hand, actually. And you do look at what your income streams and all of that. But you're just out there, you're on a mission. So I'm sure Talene has talked about the mission and what is your mission. And the more you can just sort of get up every day and go, this is my mission. So my mission is I serve, and I'm on a mission to ensure that any individuals with intellectual disabilities are living their best lives and able to reach their full potential, and they're able to be fulfilled in what they're doing. And I do that through various ways. So one would be, I have programs that are for service leaders, and then I also have programs that are there for parents of individuals with learning disabilities. So, but that's my mission. Each day I get up and I'm like, okay, what am I going to do today in order to support somebody? I've been writing a report this morning supporting someone who wanted to be a Paralympic athlete. That was my bit today, that was how I was going to support. But I've also got a list of, right, I need to contact that person, I need to contact that person, need to get in the inboxes and talk to them and be with them. Gail, I don't know whether you've got anything else you want to say before Talene comes in.
Hi. So I'm not quite ready for this. I'm just in the backside of everything. But hello everyone. For the information of everybody, I am Dr. Delene's virtual assistant. And I'm from the Philippines. So yeah, I've been with her for the past 4 years this year. This October, I went to work with Dr. Talene, and I think our second client in the program was Hannah. So Hannah was with us for the 4 years already. So
It's almost 4 years. It's not quite,
almost
but
4 years.
almost.
Yeah, almost 4 years. And yeah, I think what I gotta share is who Dr. Talene is and who she is as a person and as a CEO. So actually this is not really my mission to, help people in business and help specifically the practitioners, because I am a teacher. I am a teacher before I became a VA, and many people would look at the pandemic as something that a big hindrance to everything. But for me, it was a great blessing. It's a big blessing in disguise, because when pandemic hits, I decided to stop teaching for a while, and everything, uh, people can't move. So education, everything was affected. So I decided to stop teaching for a while and decided to look for an online job. And then that's when I discovered being a VA, being a virtual assistant. And so I think really God really orchestrated this for me. And so I look into the roles and responsibilities of a VA and decided to make a risk, give it a try, because you never know what's for you. So created my resume and submitted applications. And then that's the time when I met Dr. Teline, and yeah, I just took the risk. So I worked with Dr. Teline from October of 2020. And actually I am not her first hire, but she told me that she decided to really make a decision to go back and reconnect to me because of this God-given alignment, soul energy. And so she did emailed. Actually, she rejected me at first, and then she emailed me the next day that, oh, Gail, we decided to give you a chance and things like that. And oh, she's here. And yeah, so that started my journey with Dr. Tilene. And from that time on, I really feel the energy that this is my CEO, because, her mission to help people, her purity of heart to just help, to just guide the clients, and to just give these resources that are just very helpful, and not just in business sense, but also in developing yourself mindset. I really learned a lot through this 4 years. I'm not the person who I am 4 years ago, and a big help to that is with my personal development is Dr. Tilene. So yeah, I we're talking every time we talk to in our team meeting. I would like, yeah, I'm Dr. Tilene. I'm always at your back, always at your back. Whatever we do, I'm always at your back. I'm Dr. Tilene's girl. So yeah, happy to be here, and yeah, happy to be with everybody. Seeing, I'm just at the back here, but I'm happy to see everybody's faces, everybody's name, and really very helpful to. I'm very happy to support you all. Thank you.
Woo! I love this. I love this. I'm back. Can you hear me? Yay! Awesome. Thank you, Gail. Did Hannah speak as well? Have you both been taking the
I
floor?
have spoken a little bit, yes.
Oh, I love this. Thank you. Thank you. Has this been helpful, guys, hearing from Hannah and Gail while I sorted out technology? Yay. Awesome. Awesome. Apologies, right? But when we strike, not going to allow it. Can you still hear me? I've done a reboot of everything. Yeah? Okay, cool. All right, awesome. So yeah, so Hannah, you shared, right? You part of the academy, and hopefully it's been really helpful to just hear Hannah. Did you share your mission?
I did share my mission.
Yeah.
Felt a bit guilty. I thought, oh gosh, am I talking? I'm going to jump on and I'm going to get more clients. I'm going to share.
Yeah. Come on in, right?
I
Show
think
up.
one of the things I was going to say is that, I've carried on working with you. So obviously that, we've covered stuff, and so I think, if people are thinking, oh my word, Hannah's still working with you after several years, does that mean you don't get it done in that year? And it is, you can get it done. I was a bit slow getting off the mark. I had an awful lot to set up, but also my vision expanded. And so we've continued to be building out the business and building out the business and building out the business, which has been brilliant. So
It has. It's been a joy. And I'm going to see Hannah in a couple of weeks at the retreat. And I might see some of you guys if you jump into the academy and you're UK based or are willing to get to the UK within a couple of weeks. I'll see you in person there. But that is brilliant. Yeah. And it's so true. Like, your mission is lifelong. Like, this becomes your life's work. And so it doesn't just end in a year, right? Some of you may decide that you want to stay around as you build and grow and flourish in your mission in the academy, and you're more than welcome to do that. It's your home for as long as you want it to be there. But yeah, I love that. Thank you so much, guys. Thank you for being patient with me. So I'm wondering how far to back up, right? Did you guys get the 3 actions you should be taking in the next 7 days, or do I need to recap that? You got 2. Okay, thank you, Tiffany. Thank you. So you have, so number 2 is to show up to new people, right? And then number 3 is to show up to your own audience. Yeah? Show up to your own audience. Doesn't matter if your audience is 1 right now, right? Or 0, 1, with the 1 is you. Yeah, right? We all start from that place, okay? But start to show up to your own audience, because as you become findable and like people find you, you start showing up with other brands or services or ads or whatever it is. As they reroute round to be like, who are you? You want to be showing up, right? And so making sure you're showing up to your own audience, whether you've got an email list or social media or whatever, right? Be showing up to your own audiences, or if you've got a community, whatever that might be. And if you don't, then choose one place and start, right? And how do you show up? Yeah, a common why I teach is to show up by, you can storytell or problem, talk about the problem. If you start talking about your audience's problem like they'll talk about it, there becomes connection. They're like, oh my God, this person is talking about what I'm struggling with. And so I want to listen to them more because they know what I'm going through. So really think about the language that you use when you show up. Yeah. So you could start by talking about the problem, explaining how it shows up in their lives, why it might be difficult, right? And then start to position yourself in terms of what you know about that, in terms of solving it in a certain way of like, have you tried this? Or giving them some hope content, or inserting a bit about your values or why you do what you do. And then just a bit of storytelling around that, and give it a go, guys. Just practice developing your voice and how you speak, right? Like really ditch and sometimes that can be a process of developing or knowing your voice, because maybe you've worked somewhere for so long and you've been infused in their world that you kind of like disconnected from who you are. And so that becomes a bit of a practice, but just start with where you're at. I spoke about that before, right? So show up to your own audience there, right? And when you show up, give a call to action. Let them know, reach out if you can help, if I can help you, or say, share this with other people you think this might help, or position a question that you ask them to respond to. Or you can use something called 1-word marketing and say something like, drop a comment, drop the word help below, right? And I'll get in touch, or something like that. Okay, so those are 3 actions I would love for you to attempt to try. And as you try it, you can notice what your mind does and what the thoughts and feelings and all of that comes up as you do it, but do it anyway. Yeah. So then we're going to talk about the number 1 effective and efficient marketing strategy, right? So there's a marketing concept, which is that it's called the 7-hour rule. That the average person consumes about 7 hours of content before really trusting you, right? Like it's about 7 hours for them to really like, yeah, this person knows what they're talking about. This person is really behind their mission. This person is like, yeah, I'm behind them, right? And so you can use that to think about like how you show up. Could somebody spend 7 hours with you? Or have you only got like 2-minute video, right? Yeah. So you can build that if that's the case, that's fine, right? But if they did spend 7 hours around you, would that 7 hours be one day you're speaking about this, and the next day, the next hour you're speaking about something else because you changed your mind, and then the next hour you're speaking about something else. So you want to make sure that there's consistency as well, right? And then you want to build that. Yeah. And I say the number 1 effective and efficient way to do that is do something like what I'm doing this week, right? You're going to spend 7 hours with me this week, right? And so at the end of the 7 hours, you would have been like, you'll either be like, Talene is not for me, or you'll be like, Talene is for me. I'm in. Let's go. Boom. Right. done. Yeah. So I'd encourage you to think about that. The other ways you could do it as well is by developing maybe a podcast or developing a YouTube or going out there and speaking and recording that and just build that up, like build up 7 hours worth of content that people could consume for free, right? Where they can get to know your brand, right? Now, this is what you want to ensure. The content can be live. It could be pre-recorded. Yeah. It should help you build an email list. So you should help build yourself a database. Remember, I spoke about love, serve, grow. You want to build a database of people you can love on and serve and grow, right? Your content should introduce a call to action. You should demonstrate and share, like, this is how I can help you. I like have opportunities to work with me to do this further, right? So call to action. Your content could be done in a week if you want to, right? If you really put your mind to it. Yeah, you could do it in a week, right? I'm doing this with no slides, like nothing. I'm just showing up, right? Talking. Yeah, right? So you could just show up over a week and just do the thing and create it. Yeah. The content, I believe, should convey value, right? Just think as well, like when someone spends 7 hours with you, what do you want them to leave saying, feeling, experiencing? Yeah, right. Do you want them to be like, oh, well, that was a waste of my 7 hours? Yeah. Or do you want them to be like, that was a good use of my 7 hours? Like, this is cool. This is someone I want to spend more time with. Yeah. So convey value. Solve some challenges, right? I hope that you're getting some challenges solved this week. Yeah. Your content should empower, enlighten, educate, right? And the content should be related to your mission. I hope that should be standard, but I'll insert that as well. Yeah. So that is my perspective on the number one effective and efficient marketing strategy to build your business. Right. And to do this in a way that is really gonna like move the needle is to ensure that your messaging, your language is on point. What do I mean by that? Your language is the languages that your audience speak. Practitioners fall into this hole so easily. Like, we learn so much psychobabble, right? And we just talk like all of this academic talk and spiel, all right? You know, we use things like that just don't even land. You know, me and Tiffany had a great audit and conversation about this yesterday. I'm like, how do we elevate language to just be like, boom, boom, right? Like, it hits them like, yeah, this meets what I'm saying, right? So you want to make sure that your language connects with what they're saying. What do they say to themselves about the challenges that they're going through, or the problems that they want to solve, or where they want to go to? Make sure you do that. All right. So then the other thing is, right, so that's what I want to share about the number one efficient marketing strategy. Okay. And to build that, right? So you should all be clear on some actions on what you really should be working on, whether you come into the academy or don't come into the academy, right? So hopefully that is clear there. And then the other thing I want to touch on today as well, which is important, is to recognize like your growth and to recognize like your actions and to document that. I encourage everybody in the Business Academy to do a monthly business health check, right? It's them looking back and saying, this is what has taken place. And based on that, this is what decisions I'm going to make moving forward. This is really, really important. So this is something, this is going to be your task as well, guys, right? To do your first or your next business health check. And so you can look back and ask yourself these questions. So the first question is around that be findable space, right? This is about love and connection, right? What actions have I taken for new people to find out about the mission, my business, and me, right? What actions have I taken in the last month, or in the month of September, right? Or in the last week? You could do a week business health check, whatever you want to do in terms of your time frame. Yeah, I wouldn't go beyond a month at this stage. I would just look at like either the last week or the last month or this month, right? What actions have I taken for new people to find out about the mission, my business, and what I'm about? Yeah, what I'm doing here. right? As a result of this, how many new people are on my email list or in my community or wherever, right? As a result of it, like there should be tangible number, right? Data. We want some data. Yeah, I love data. So we want data, right? Then, and be okay. We're doing this non-judgmentally, guys, right? Don't beat yourself up or say things about yourself. Be nice, right? Kind. Kindness and compassion goes a long way, even to ourselves, especially to ourselves, right? Next question. Last month or the period that you're choosing, right? What actions have I taken to build relationships with those that have found me? Yeah. What actions have I taken to build relationships with those that have found me? So this is about the build relationship component of marketing, the serving component, the conversations, the connections component, right? So for me, you'll notice this week I'm building relationships and serving by being here, by talking to people in their audits, right? So making an understanding of that, what actions, and as a result, how many, right? We want a number, how many new people or how many people have I built relationships with, right? And in those ways, so whether it's through this, right, through conversations, phone calls, or whether it's through speaking somewhere or whatever that might be, right? Then the third question, or the third focus of questions, right, is in that last month or that period of time, how many offers did I extend, or how many times did I extend an offer? Right? Into transformation. This section's about boosting revenue. This is about transformation. This is about grow, love, serve, grow. Right? So how many offers did I extend? An offer is just an invitation. It's just an invitation, right? So how many offers did I extend? And as a result of that, how many clients have onboarded and what revenue has been generated? Yeah. Now we can go on to the last section, which is knowing this, what needs to happen next month? Or what needs to happen next week? What needs to happen next quarter? What needs to happen in the next 12 months, right? We can shift these around to the time period we want. That's a business health check. Yeah. Okay. I would love to know, is business health check new to you? If it's new to you, put in the chat new. Right? Let me know. I would love to know, guys. Yeah. And brilliant. Okay. All right. So I want you guys to do that task. Do that task. Yeah. Do that task. All right. Awesome. You are welcome. You are welcome. Yeah. Do that task. Because even if it's not new to you, we want to ask that question. Do I know it, but I'm not doing it? Right? Do I know it, but I'm not doing it? And if I'm not doing it, am I going to make a decision to start now? Right? Redecide to start now. So that's the task. Conduct your business health check and let us know in the community what decisions you're making as a result of that. Okay? All right. So despite all of the interruptions and interference that were trying to go on, I was able to still get through everything with 2 minutes to spare. I would love to use this as a reminder as well, guys. The Soul Success Business Academy is there to help and support you if it feels right to you, right? Gail can put a link into the chat for you to explore all the information about it, right? This is a year-long process where we're going to support you over 12 months. You've got an in-depth training library. There's accountability support. There's community. We have the weekly money-making Monday session, right? Because we want every week your focus to be in the right place. Yeah, we've got also the Wednesday session, which takes place, which is supervision and support around mindset, identity, how to rise up and be into that space, right? Because if you don't work on you as you build your business is not going to go as far as you would like it to, if at all, anywhere, right? So we have that support as well, yeah. And then we also have some built-in bonuses happening as well right now. The built-in bonuses are that you're going to have the first year of the Soul Success Business System covered, right? You're also going to have access to 8 weeks in a tech lab to support you to start building out that system as well. This is about you building out your online presence, your email, your marketing, right? There, and having that support there so you can really have that system there. You're also going to have a complimentary ticket to attend the retreat. Our next retreat is happening in just 2 weeks, all right? So you have a chance to attend that one. If you can't get to that one, you can attend the one in 2025, all right? So you'll have your ticket covered to attend the retreat. You do have to cover, of course, your accommodation and your travel to the retreat, all right? But these are the built-in bonuses that we are doing for those that enroll this week only, okay? Now, we are also doing as well 2 promotion codes. If you pay in full, you're going to save 500 by using the code challenge 500, right? And if you use the payment plan, you're going to save £150 off your first payment by using the code challenge 150. Okay. Again, these all expire on the 1st of October because I want to welcome you in on by Wednesday, the 2nd of October. Okay, so that's what's happening. If you do decide to pay in full, you're also going to get an additional bonus where you'll have 4 one-to-ones to use with me throughout those 12-month period. All right, and you can use that as a time that suits you. So that's everything. If you are not sure, if you're like, oh my God, the academy just sounds like exactly what I need. You know, a couple of people have shared that with me yesterday, right? If you're like, this academy is just exactly what I feel like I need it, but I'm not quite sure if it's right for me right now, or if like my business is in the best place, or if my business is the idea like that meets what you help people with in the academy, I want to encourage you to book a call. Okay, and if you could drop that call link in the chat, Gail, that would be really helpful. And you're welcome to book. It's a 30-minute clarity call, and we'll just talk about where you are right now in terms of your mission, in terms of your vision, in terms of what your business is or where your business is at. And we'll look at what you want over the next 12 months. And we can talk about what, you know, any questions that you have to support you into making the best decision for you, which might be the academy and it might not be. Right? So you are welcome to book that call to discuss that with me. Okay. So thank you very much. All right. So that's everything, guys. Right. Remember to do your task. All right. The business health check, even if it feels a little bit scary or daunting, right? Just do it. Okay. It's probably going to feel scary and daunting. Just do it. Even if the numbers are like 0, 0, 0. Oh my God, what am I doing? Right. Just do it, right? Because then you can make decisions. Data gives us feedback, which we can use to make decisions as to how we want to move forward differently moving forward. Tomorrow, right, we're going to pray for no disruptions. Yeah. All right. And we're going to show up for soulful sales. Yeah. I'm going to go through the 4B sales framework and share with you that. And I know yesterday I mentioned I was going to share with you a little video. I'm going to share these videos that I've got with you tomorrow, just based on time and the disruptions we had and stuff like that. Okay. So we will do that. But have a beautiful day. Thank you for bearing with me. Thank you so much for Hannah and Gail for taking the floor while I sorted myself out. And guys, have a blessed day. And I'll see you tomorrow, same time, same place. All right. Take care. Bye.